Andre 3000 opens up about his time dabbling in ayahuasca and what happened when he went to Hawaii to experience this. So, if you guys didn't know, Andre 3000 put out a flute album. Now, Andre 3000 is arguably one of the best rappers ever. His catalog with Outkast is exceptional. He's done everything from crossover into pop music, genre-bending music, hip-hop, rock and roll, all the above. But he decided to not put out a hip-hop album or with any vocals on it and decided to put out a flute album to the dismay of many of his fans, except the ones that were like, you don't get it, it's deep, it's art. And then he went on to say that you shouldn't be rapping, because it's a young man's game. And everyone's like, but that's what we want from you. Anyway, Andre 3000 turned into a panther during ayahuasca trip in Hawaii. I was a changed person. All right, Andre 3000 had a wild experience during ayahuasca trip in Hawaii. In an interview with NPR, the Outkast musician 48 opened up about the song that night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Ish was wild, and how it was informed by transformative ayahuasca experiences. I was actually in Hawaii, and it was my second night of the first time I'd ever taken ayahuasca. We did it like a 3-night kind of phase. The first night was inviting and beautiful and the most powerful love and connection with all things I've ever felt in my life. The second night, my stomach was hurting, my mouth contorted like a panther, and I actually turned into a panther.
Darkness.
And I was like, grrr. Like that kind of thing, he said. The Rosa singer continued, I actually turned into a panther. It was doing this thing called toning. Toning is another way of purging. And toning is where you make these vibrational noises that you can't take control. That you can't control. It started playing me like an instrument. I started as a panther, and then it would make me do these kind of tones and started changing the notes. Andre explained that he was mimicking the panther on the song. I was like, dang. I wish I had my phone so I can record this because, it's so dope. I don't think it was as dope as he thought it was at the time. I'm witnessing it and I'm watching it, and it holds you for so long. And I'm like, where's the breath coming from? And then you end off and you go and do it again. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening right now? So that's what I'm talking about in the title. When asked if the hip-hop performer found the experience to be scary, he said, it's kind of intriguing because he was digging the sound. But at the same time, the shaman is coming over and he's fanning me. And he's saying, oh, that's like 20 years of therapy happening right now. Grammy winner concluded, I guess I had to get through the moment. But yeah, it was just interesting because my mouth actually shaped like a panther. Let's see if there's anything else here. Andre announced his debut solo album, New Blue Sun, on Tuesday, an 8-track project entirely made up of instrumental woodwind music set to drop on Friday. I've been interested in winds for a long time. We've seen Andre 3000 pop up and play the flute in public places, right? And he hasn't really put out anything besides this. Now, here's the thing. Hey, let me show you a secret. 25% off the entire Bless God shop through Sunday night when you use this code right here. That means you can get 25% off our prayer journals, which have never been on sale like this before. And we did something extra special. We brought back the He Is Him collection as well as the Priest Provider collection. And when you pick up some Bless God merch, when you pick up some He Is Him merch, when you pick up some Priest Provider Protector merch, what you're doing when you're putting it on, you are reminding yourself daily what you're representing when you go out into your day. So bless God, remembering to live a life that brings blessing to God and isn't just chasing blessings from God. The Priest Provider Protector line, remembering what it means to be someone that is the priest of your home, the protector of your home, and the provider of your home. And of course, the He Is Him, pointing people to Jesus and reminding them that ultimately, regardless of what the world says, He is Him. Don't snooze this time. Don't play yourself. Go to blessgod.shop. Use this code right now to get 25% off through Sunday night. I'll see you over there. We know that according to scripture, when you're dabbling in these sorts of substances, you're opening yourself up. It's pharmakia. You're opening yourself. It could be almost a type of witchcraft, right? Because you are tapping into things that you shouldn't be doing. And ayahuasca it's a hallucinogenic. right? It's something that is going to cause you to really potentially open up portals to things that you have no business opening up portals, right? If we Google what is ayahuasca, you're going to find it's pretty trippy. And the sad part is there's even Christians that are more and more open to this sort of stuff, right? Ayahuasca, pronounced, is a plant-based psychedelic. Psychedelics affect all the senses, affecting a person. It's making you trip out. It's making you delusional. It's making you see things that aren't there, hear things that aren't there. That's why he thought he was a panther. Right now, juxtapose this with scripture. 1 Peter 1, chapter 5. 1 Peter 5, 8 through 9. Be alert and sober-minded. Be alert and sober-minded. Why? Be alert and sober-minded. Be alert and have your mind sober of substances that can do this to you. Why? Because your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. So we are called, as followers of Jesus, to be sober-minded. The world is telling everybody to be opposite of sober-minded. The world is telling you that you need substances, that you need psychedelic. You need something else. You need to open your third eye. You need to tap into the spiritual, because you're not a physical and spiritual being. You are a spiritual being trapped in a physical existence. So you need things to open up your mind. And the scripture says the complete opposite of that. And when you're dabbling with this stuff, when you're dabbling with things you shouldn't be dabbling with, right? You're opening yourself up to things that you shouldn't be opening yourself to. And it's dangerous, friends. It's dangerous. And so, and all of this makes sense. All this makes sense why he would put out a flute album knowing that what people want from him is the total opposite, right? It's like you want what you want and self-actualization, and then you take substances to increase your quote-unquote third eye and open you up to things that you have no business being opened up to. Instead, you should be leaning into the truth and the real, which is Jesus. Jesus is the real thing. Jesus is the ultimate experience that you can have within your spirit and your soul. And so the devil can't create, he counterfeits. He's going to counterfeit things that we get to experience and get in as Christians. And that's unfortunately what's happening to Andre 3000 and the people that are dabbling in this ayahuasca. I had a Christian friend recently tell me, I would be open to taking ayahuasca. Like, for what? Why? Why would you ever dabble? Why would you ever open yourself up to something like that's a psychedelic that's making you see things and hear things that aren't there? And then the shaman is going to tell you they are there. You're just opening up your senses. You're playing with God. You're playing with God. Be alert and sober mind. And of sober mind, your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. Right? I implore you, if you're thinking about dabbling with this kind of stuff, don't do it. You're playing yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Hey, shh, come here. Got something special for you. 25% off the entire Bless God shop, including our prayer journal. Some of you guys have been procrastinating getting yourself one of these and investing in your spiritual discipline of growing in prayer. We got it in black, we got it in tan. Well, this is the weekend. Get one for yourself. Get one for your loved one. Start writing in your prayer journals to better recall the things you're praying for that God is answering, and to structure your devotional in a way where you have praise reports and prayer requests. You got prayers for other people. You have prayers for yourself, a memory verse, and a little hack in terms of what you're going to get done today. Bless God shop, entire store, 25% off. And this is it. This is the code you use right now through Sunday night. And of course, we have all the apparel, the He Is Him collection, the Priest Provider collection, all back this weekend only. Go pick it up. I'll see you over there, all right?